Home sales were down for 2023 to a nearly 30-year low and an 18% decline from 2022. Interest rates, obviously, a very big deal today. Joining us today is Bret Weinstein from Denver Metro Association of Realtors. Thank you so much for joining us today. Okay, I wanted to start off with the inflation report. And is that influencing rates? Is it influencing people's behaviors?
You know, it really is. So the Fed right now is doing a meeting currently, and they just started to say that there's a chance that we're not going to see more rate raises. With the inflation report being around 2.6%, the closer we get to 2, the more likely we're going to see rate decreases. But even from December until now, we had a high of, 7.76% on average. We've dropped down to 6.6, 6.7. But we're seeing a lot of people starting to jump into this market. There's a ton of suppressed buyer demand.
Right. So when you talk about a rate drop, I mean, what are we looking at? Like incremental, or what does that actually look like?
You know, and this is where it gets a little tricky. The Fed lowering rates isn't directly related. So when the Fed raises rates a quarter point, interest rates don't automatically go up a quarter point. So we've been seeing interest rates really fluctuate. The Fed hasn't moved rates, and they've dropped almost 1.5 points. If the Fed does start to lower rates, they are connected but not directly. So we're expecting to see rates start to really go towards the lower 6s, high 5s. And you know, the expectation of them getting back to the 2s and 3s probably isn't realistic at this point, but we're certainly heading into a much lower interest rate environment than where we are right now.
Well, what does inventory look like right now with the movement that we are seeing?
I'm glad you asked. There isn't any. It doesn't exist. You know, no, it's the Denver metro area has run into the same situation for years. We have extremely limited inventory. While home sales were down last year, it didn't mean that inventory increased. So we were in a spot where we've got very limited inventory. We're going to see a lot of buyers starting to come back. We've actually seen 23% more buyers getting new loan applications in the first 3 weeks of January. Absolutely. And with a shortened amount or lessened amount of inventory, multiple offers have started. They're going to keep coming if interest rate cuts come this year. The expectation is that prices are going to start to go back up and back up fairly substantially.
So it's going to start to get competitive again, right?
It started getting competitive on January 1st. As of right now, you know, if you're a buyer, this isn't a great time to wait. Everyone says, I want to wait until interest rates get low, which is fantastic, but we have minimal inventory. And when everyone jumps in because rates have gotten low, inventory is going to come secondary. It's not going to be the first thing that shows up. So we're in a position right now where if you're a buyer and you want to ride the wave of equity, it might be a better time to buy now as opposed to waiting until it does get substantially better, because it's already competitive today.
And there's going to be bidding wars, and you're going to end up paying a lot.
3 out of 5 homes, it feels like a bidding war right now.
We're almost out of time, but just your advice to sellers who are saying, okay, maybe come spring, summer, I'm interested in putting my house on the market.
All right, so sellers, anytime from right now until April is typically actually the best time to sell. February is the least amount of inventory, so you're in a great spot, most amount of buyers. However, if interest rates do go down, if the Fed lowers it in May or later, sellers are going to be empowered this year. There's not enough inventory, and there is a lot of opportunities for them to be able to make sure that their house is in a great position to sell.
All right. Well, thank you so much for stopping by. We really appreciate it.